CNN's News of the Absurd. I'm Jared Bellini, and by the time you see this, I will once again be on Marvin's Mountaintop in West Virginia, getting down at the 13th annual All Good Festival. And you know who else might be there? This guy. Because it's 3 amazing days of music, camping, and weirdness, and maybe you'll find 1 or 2 hippies doing hippie things in hippie places. Perhaps kind of like this dog in Seattle.
Was jumping into the woods.
Meet One-Eyed Jack, a dog who went into the woods because he wished to live deliberately, to front only the essential facts of life and see if he could not learn what it had to teach, and not, when he came to die, discover that he had not lived. But instead, he just got really stoned.
His head was rocking back and forth, and his eyes were glossy.
So Jack was rushed to the emergency vet, where $1,500 later, it was determined that he vomited large amount of plant material and liquid. Smells like marijuana.
She was like, so he did vomit large quantities of marijuana, and she's smiling. Like, I think she was trying to make me feel reassured too. And she was trying not to laugh because I was seriously like, my baby's in the emergency vet, you know.
Though Jack was able to barf up the pot, he was nevertheless given a precautionary prescription of Cool Ranch Doritos and a copy of the Allman Brothers at the Fillmore East. However, there remains the serious matter of why somebody keeps leaving drugs in Seward Park.
Sounds like someone's using the park to stash their business, which is not very cool.
Unless, of course, you're Willie Nelson, and then it is awesome. Now, for those who haven't been to this part of the country, Marvin's Mountaintop is located within some of the most scenic and beautiful hills you've ever seen. Unfortunately, however, when people think West Virginia, they think Appalachian inbred hillbillies living on squirrel meat and moonshine. Hardly the case. Besides, if it's moonshine you want, you don't need to go to West Virginia. Just head over to this daycare center in North Carolina.
I didn't believe it and I still don't believe it.
But it's true. This seemingly normal child daycare center was selling hooch, and when the police showed up, they found more than just shine.
People have a right to live in their residence and operate a business, obviously, but to have this type of items in their residence with children around is very, very disturbing.
But then again, what do you expect from a 3-star daycare? Apparently, they failed to earn the full 5 stars by virtue of their lack of pit bulls.
We never imagined anything like this would happen, especially in our county.
Are there any children inside now?
Nope, just liquor and firearms.
Finding guns and money and drugs at a joint or illegal liquor establishment is commonplace, but the fact that it's a daycare, an operating daycare licensed by the state of North Carolina, is the shocking thing.
But to be fair, the kids' birthday celebrations were awesome. Oh, it made me bleed. Finally, it's nice to report that All Good Festival has sort of a live and let live environment. There's a few safety rules, but other than that, you're pretty much free to be yourself. Clearly. And sometimes that can lead to the occasional naked moment. Fortunately, I'm fairly comfortable with the sight of nudity. Others, however, not so much.
It just doesn't go. It doesn't look like it goes with the rest of the stuff here.
Among pinwheels, giant people, and an eagle, there's a controversial new installment at this privately owned sculpture park in Burien, Washington, near Seattle. It's this lady. And though the nude, squatting, large-breasted, fully detailed woman is causing quite a stir, especially next door to this new public library, the artist says it was not his intent to generate controversy with this piece in the least.
It was not my intent to generate controversy with this piece in the least.
But he is happy that people are talking about it.
I don't want my kids around it. My 8-year-old doesn't need to be exposed to it. I don't even want my 14-year-old son to be exposed to it.
Of course, there are those who appreciate the statue.
I don't have any problem with that. It's a statue.
Naturally, the artist agrees.
The kids are seeing everywhere any kind of expression of the body, nude, semi-nude, in positions that are much more, in a sense, if I can say the word, sexualized This figure is intentionally non-sexualized.
Excellent perspective. Well, that's all for this edition of News of the Absurd. I'm Jared Polini, and I'll be live blogging from All Good Festival. You can check it out at cnn.com/marquee. And if you happen to be up on the mountain, say hi. I'll be the one dancing like this. Oh, look, you made me bleed. You made me bleed my own blood. I never bleed my own blood. I only show the splatters of others' blood. Oh!